Silas is 41 years old. No one on the small street where she lives does not know her name. She is a longtime seamstress, meticulous, hardworking, skilled. Every stitch she makes is as smooth as pouring. Wedding dresses, party dresses, she can do it all. But there is one thing she always avoids, smiling fully. Since giving birth to her second child, she began to feel her teeth getting weaker. Receding gums, bad breath, and pain when drinking cold water. But because of her busy work, her house, children, she always put off taking care of her teeth until tomorrow got, and that tomorrow lasted for 10 years. One day, the family held a birthday party for her mother. In the family photo, Silas stood in the middle. The light clearly showed her yellow teeth, a broken front tooth, and black spots on her gums. She zoomed in on the photo and fell silent. For years, she had avoided her face. She didn't take pictures, she didn't look in the mirror for long. And now, the photo was like an undeniable, naked truth. She had let her smile die over time. Less than a month later, she was awakened in the middle of the night by a severe toothache. Her gums were red and swollen, her face was a little crooked from the swelling, and her mouth smelled strongly even after rinsing with salt water. She had no choice but to go to the dentist's office in town. Sitting on the examination chair, tears fell as she heard the doctor's words, "You have severe periodontitis. 5 teeth need root canal treatment. 3 are loose." The thick layer of tartar causes constant inflammation of the gums. If left untreated, you will lose a bunch of teeth. She sat there, silent. Then she nodded, "Go ahead. I've waited too long." Treatment began. The scaling, which seemed simple, caused her to bleed continuously because her gums were too weak. The doctor had to use anesthesia and divide it into several sessions. Each root canal had to be opened, pus drained, and medicine placed. At times she was in so much pain that she cried in the dental chair, but then she wiped her tears and said, "It's okay, I can handle it. As long as it's done." After a few months of treatment, the doctor suggested covering some of her teeth with porcelain crowns to protect them. For the first time in 15 years, Silas looked in the mirror and saw a new smile, not white, not perfect, but truly hers, natural and clean. Chapter 5. When a woman dared to smile again. On her first day back at the tailor shop after completing her treatment, she smiled at her customers, genuinely and without covering her mouth. A regular customer said, "You look so many years younger. Why do I see you glowing all the time?" She smiled. But this time, it wasn't out of politeness. It was out of genuine joy. A small, deep, peaceful joy. Now every morning, Silas brushes her teeth properly, flosses, and reminds her husband and children to have regular dental checkups. She used to think that smiling was a luxury, something for the rich, for the few. But after all, she understood that smiling is part of freedom. It's when you no longer have to hide yourself, when you love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And now, Silas, the woman behind the scenes, has dared to step into the light, with a real and proud smile.